Welcome to the Toby Collins Coaches Show, brought to you by our friends at Kincaid's Fine Clothing. I'm Bob Sullender, along with the coach of the Madison Central Jaguars, Coach Toby Collums. Jaguars defeat Oxford 31-21 in the second round of the playoffs, the 6A playoffs. The Jaguars 402 yards of 402 all-purpose yards on the night. Of course, a lot of players just really stepped up. Jake Norris, Blake Gunner, Isaiah Spencer, and running in the backfield as well. Just I was saying right before we started here that I don't think I could have been any more proud of the team and the way they played.
Yeah, a special group of kids. You get dealt a blow. Your quarterback goes down in the first quarter, I guess the second series, and we kind of got that next man up mentality. And, that's not just talking to one person. I know Jake stepped in and played exceptionally well for a guy that has had very limited reps on the year, practice reps and game reps. So for him to step into that role and do as well as he did, I think there's a lot of things that go into that. Obviously, your offensive unit as a whole has to step up. Your defensive unit has to step up. And to win a second-round playoff game against a quality opponent like Oxford, and to do it in that fashion is pretty special, like you said.
Yeah, the running game really helped as well. DeAndre Pullen led the team, 17 carries, 141 yards, and a touchdown. Connor Brown really came in as well and kind of just a backup role there. But Jake Norris, I thought towards the end, really just put it on his back running the football. There was a couple of plays where he just, he just kind of took it upon himself, especially that big third down in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, I had actually converted three third downs on that last drive, 2 passes, and then I guess 4. You could technically, 3 third downs, and then he scored on the last one. But the crazy thing is we asked him in the huddle, hey, do you know how to run? One Miami, which that was the one he converted the long run on. He said, no, you can show me, though. So we showed him in the huddle, and he turned it into 13 yards for a first down and then scored 2 plays later on the same play the other way. And that's just kind of tells you what kind of kid he is. He was a hero of the night, and then 1 hour after the game, he's sweeping the locker room, So that's just he's that kind of kid.
Well, can you teach me how to run the Miami? Maybe.
I don't know. We're getting too old for that, Bob.
Exactly. Up next, we'll talk about the defensive side of the ball. It took that as well, and we'll talk about that up next here on the Madison Central Football Network, mcbigblue.com, Super Talk Mississippi 97.3 FM.
Quality, integrity, and excellence. Kincaid's Fine Clothing, Old Town Square, Ridgeland.
Welcome back to the Toby Collins Coaches Show, brought to you by our friends at Kincaid's Fine Clothing. I'm Bob Sullender, along with the coach of the Madison Central Jaguars, Coach Toby Collums. Jaguars defeated Oxford 31-21 in the second round of the 6A playoffs. Edward White led the team with 13 tackles on the defensive side of the ball. C.J. Barney, 11 tackles, including 3 with losses. B.J. Washington, Ethan Carolina each had 9 tackles. And Coach, this was a defensive battle that, starting off early, go down 6-0, and it's kind of you had to look at the team and go, hey guys, we need to kind of put a grip here on the things.
Oh, there's no doubt. We gave up some chunk yards in the running game, which is kind of new for us on the year. So it's kind of surprising, to be honest with you, because we've been so good against the run all year. But, Coach Cutcliffe, I think he said it after the game. They knew they could come in and run the ball on us. I don't know what he saw, but they did a good job running the ball on us. And, again, seeing that C.J. Barney's back out there and making plays, that's rewarding. And then, obviously, Edward had his big night. Edward's one of those guys that you look at him on the field, and it's really surprising that he made all the plays he does, because he doesn't look like a D lineman, but he plays with a big heart and plays with a good motor. But like I said, we gave up some stuff in the run game that we hadn't been doing, and thought Coach Livingston and those guys made some adjustments at half and kind of shut some of that down.
Yeah, and of course, B.J. Washington forced a fumble, Sam Rice with the fumble recovery. And, it seemed like every time I was looking down to call the number, who's number 70? It was Edward White, and it seems like he was there in the backfield a lot.
Yeah, he spends a lot of time back there. Like I said, he's just so quick off the ball. And, that's what it takes. If you're undersized, you need to be quick off the ball and beat that offensive lineman to the punch.
Yeah, it always also helps. Not all the time can you get the ball in the end zone. Of course, Matt Zulaga with a 28-yard field goal as well.
Yeah, Max has been a joy. I mean, coming into the year, wasn't real sure if he was going to be consistent, and I think he's gradually worked himself into some consistency in handling all of our kicking game. So it's been a joy.
Up next, Starkville, another rematch for before in the year, and Starkville will hit the field and playoffs. So we'll take a look at what the Yellow Jackets have to offer here on the Madison Central Football Network, mcbigblue.com, Super Talk Mississippi 97.3 FM.
Football is all about teamwork, hard work, and dedication. Kind of like selling cars. And Gray Daniels, well, we're the best in the game. As the largest volume dealer in the state, you won't find lower prices on new Fords, Chevys, Nissans, or Toyotas anywhere else than at Gray Daniels. No matter what brand you pick, you always get the best price in town. And that's what's called having skin in the game. Visit any of our Gray Daniels locations in Jackson or Brandon today.
Welcome back to the Coach Toby Collums Show, brought to you by our friends at Kincaid's Fine Clothing. I'm Bob Sullender, along with the coach of the Madison Central Jaguars, Coach Toby Collums. Jaguars travel back to Starkville to take on the Yellow Jackets in a rematch. The Yellow Jackets took the first game right at the end, 35-28. Both teams averaging 37 points per game. And Coach, we look on paper, it's when really only 24 seconds kind of separate the two teams. It's really close when you look at it on paper.
Yeah, I mean it's just kind of. It's an even match. I mean, like I said, they've had a great year. Our only loss on the year is to them. It's one of those games we felt like we kind of gave away, But obviously they had a lot to do with that. But we jumped on them 21-7 in the first half, and then almost gave up 35 unanswered in the second half. I think we had a one-play drive where we hit a big play to Isaiah over the middle, and we scored. And that was the only points we got in the second half against them the first time. But you can't play the game on paper. It doesn't matter what the average points per game are given up and all that. It's going to come down to who makes the fewest mistakes, who plays a physical brand of football, and who can run the football, and obviously plays good defense.
Right. It's always a little different this time of year when the holidays, of course, this week being Thanksgiving. Any different practice things, or you kind of
it's absolutely different. It's absolutely different. We're at 10 in the morning. We're going, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we went 10 to roughly 12:30, depending on if we had weights and film and stuff like that. But and then Thursday, obviously went a little bit earlier so we could have the Thanksgiving brunch, which I think is a very special day. I mean, when you get to have your team and kind of have your Thanksgiving dinner, Thanksgiving brunch, whatever you want to call it, with your team, that's pretty special. It means you've done something pretty special. That means you've made it to the north half or south half, whatever. So it's been a unique week, but like I said, these guys need to cherish it and enjoy it, and cap it off hopefully tonight with a win and do something again special next week.
Yeah, I was talking to somebody earlier, and they were like, "Oh man, you got a game on day after Thanksgiving." I was like, "Oh yeah, that's what you want."
Yeah,
I mean,
that's what you want.
to be playing on
Absolutely.
that. It's got to be a special time for these kids.
Oh yeah, there's no doubt, and they'll remember it forever.
Absolutely. Up next, we'll head to the field for playoffs. Starkville, Madison Central, here on the Madison Central Football Network, mcbigblue.com, Super Talk Mississippi 97.3 FM.